Today is Thursday.
Thursday. Who gives a rat's ass Thursday?
I guess that's where everybody's feeling right now. We
Yeah.
got the game Saturday now,
Saturday coming up. Yeah, not Sunday. It's one day early for the boys.
and it's gonna really mean nothing.
It's the whole. Well, I like the way that they flexed all of these games, the way that they scheduled them, because they have all of the deciding season, like seed wise,
Yeah.
on Sunday. They're all playing at the same time. Did you notice that?
Yeah, well, we were supposed to be. They flexed us because that way we could, see where we're gonna be seated.
Yeah.
Like, would he really play hard?
Yeah.
Which, now.
Well, we have to win regardless. We have to win regardless.
We don't have to.
I know we don't have to,
Let's be
but
honest. Are these other teams gonna lose? Are we gonna improve our seeding?
that's true. That's true. The odds of it happening are so low.
The only thing that could happen now with Smith out,
Yeah.
some bunch of key guys. Michael Parsons is out.
Is Tyron Smith is
Yeah,
going to be
yeah.
out? Oh, really?
He
I
got
didn't know
COVID.
that. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, it's COVID.
So they've been hit and
Decimated.
Now Philly, they've got a lot of guys out too. So they've already secured their playoff spot, so they have nothing to play for. They're not going to improve their position.
Why are we playing this extra game? It seems so pointless to me, honestly.
I think it sucks for the players.
Me too.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like all of them, but I mean, it doesn't really, because ultimately the coach isn't going to play any of those players.
Well, it's money.
For sure.
As it always is.
For sure.
But
Well, good for Goodell in his bank account.
Yeah, that's true.
F that guy.
Goodell?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's just
Goodell? More like goodbye.
He's just a puppet.
He's just a puppet. Yeah, he's a puppet.
Not a muppet. A puppet.
He's a puppet.
Sorry ass puppet.
Yeah. No, he would never be a Muppet.
He could be a moopet.
Yeah. He would be he's a blockhead.
Yeah, blockhead, yeah. Now you're talking Gumby.
Now we're talking Gumby.
You're talking Gumby, all right. Well, let me ask you something. If they were even playing Saturday with Michael Parsons on it, do you think Dallas would win with Philly's running game right now?
That's the thing. Like, honestly, I'm super glad that no one cares about this game.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it's like man, the Cowboys are in bad shape confidence-wise. They had... Well, confidence,
Yeah.
yeah. But defense, honestly, the defense, is... Of course the defense is there, and the defense is what they've been all season. I'm not saying that they're not. I'm not saying that they aren't a great defense. They definitely are. But they are totally relying on their offense to get those points. And when they can't bet on their offense, they're going to start breaking down, and they're not...
And that's
they're not...
But, I'm saying that about Philly's running game. But who have they done it against? You talk about us beating garbage teams, which we have.
Yeah, big time.
Geez, their last several games, too, have been against the same teams we beat.
Who have they played?
2 against Washington, New York.
Yeah.
And someone else just,
Well, it's the same thing with Washington. When we played them, everybody was saying, oh, Washington is on a roll, But then, I mean, they just didn't stack up against us.
No,
Philly is supposed to be a little bit better than Washington. But the thing with Philly is they have all of these... season highs, they're ranked in the top 10 in rushing, I think.
Yeah, their running game is really good.
Yeah, and then their pass defense is really good too. I'm pretty sure
they've got an identity.
Yeah,
on offense, which we don't do. What the hell's our identity?
We have no identity on offense.
We're the screen team.
Yeah,
it seems like that's it.
Yeah, no, our offense is in it almost reminds me a lot of Pittsburgh's offense.
Yeah,
with Big Ben back there, where it's just nothing's going on.
Yeah.
And nothing's gonna change, and it's just kind of the older Dak gets, the slower he gets, and you know what? I just realized that's a perfect comparison. Ben Roethlisberger and Dak. I'm a genius for thinking.
Yeah. Well, that's where it ends. Not off the field.
No, yeah,
Dak's a way better guy off the field.
Of course, Dak's a great guy,
Yeah.
and that's the thing with Dak is that people sometimes they feel for him as a person, but sometimes that's not enough, and he just the most important thing as a quarterback is they have to win the game.
Yeah.
You can get all the stats, but you have to win the game. The quarterback is the leader. It's like an extension of the coach.
Yeah.
And if they lose the game and everybody performed well, there's only 2 reasons. This last game against the Cardinals, we lost it because of our quarterback and our coaches.
Yeah.
And our offense could not just get. I mean, it's not like Arizona was being so insane.
Our plays are terrible. our plays are terrible on offense. I'll say
The
this:
adjustments on Kellen Moore's part is
Yeah.
not there.
these last few weeks is the first time my confidence in Dak has been shaken
Me
since he
too.
was a rookie. You know what I
Me
mean?
too. And I'm like not a huge Dak guy, but I'm a believer.
Yeah,
I
me too.
definitely am a
Me
believer
too.
in Dak. But this last week,
Yeah,
definitely. And then compounded with like his mediocre weeks.
yeah,
It seems like the mediocre Dak is becoming the true Dak.
yeah.
You know?
That's scary.
It is scary because we
That-
can't have that.
that-
Because
no.
our offense is not built like that.
We can't have it at all, and I kind of think he's trying too hard. Do
Yeah.
you kind of see that?
Yeah. You know what I've noticed with Dak is that, like, I mean, from a pure technique standpoint as a quarterback, he focuses on his receivers, because I've been watching like film a little bit, like tape a little bit on what he does, and he gets focused on where all the players are, all the defenders.
Yeah.
He gets like if somebody's in triple coverage, then he focuses in on that triple coverage, expecting for somebody to get out of the triple coverage,
Yeah.
and he's waiting for that moment where they're gonna bust out and he's gonna hit him, but he forgets to make his even his second check sometimes. I swear I see that he just doesn't even make a second check sometimes. He doesn't even make a third check. Definitely not.
It's getting odd.
It's
getting
to where
really
like
odd.
he's got one guy and then he's double coverage and he's like, I'm still gonna throw to that guy. He's gonna get out of that, and maybe he will get out of it for a second, and he darts it in there, but he's not looking at his third check down. Like he's not looking at his third and fourth receiver. Pollard, every time he hits Pollard when they're on those like, and you're saying like you don't want the screen offense, you don't want the check down offense. You know, there are times where like last week where maybe it wasn't a check down, but he really needed an out. He really needed his quarterback or his running back to just do a little out really quick, because they switched up the defense so quick on him last second, and he needs a little squeeze out.
I'm okay with them, getting down the field,
Yeah.
play, 5, 6.
Yes,
I
yes.
don't mind that. But I'm talking about the design plays that are
Yeah,
over and over.
in
You
crucial
saw-
moments in the
Arizona
game. Yeah,
jumped all those passes,
yeah.
batted all those balls in. Dak, he doesn't commit to running. When he has that lane to run, it's like that's why he fumbled that ball the other day.
Exactly.
He was he was in between.
Well, it's like he can't commit to anything
Yeah.
right now. It's like his confidence is so
He's in a
low,
weird way, and I'm not used to seeing him with low confidence.
and that was the big selling point on Dak.
Yeah, for me too.
Me too. It wasn't that he had a great arm. He has a great arm, though. In my opinion, he does have a great arm. He does. He's got a cannon.
Yeah.
Almost Ben Roethlisberger like.
Let's front Roethlisberger.
But no, he does have a cannon for an arm, and he's fast. He's got all these like positive athleticism.
Yeah, he's smart.
He's
really smart.
But the thing that sold me on him in the beginning was that he seemed like he could handle the job.
Pressure.
He could handle the pressure
He
being a
could
Dallas
read
Cowboys
defenses.
quarterback. He
And
can
now
read
it seems
def-
like he can't read defense.
Yeah. Well, like you can only read defenses so much until in this league where they get a beat on you and they say, if we do this, you're going to do this. And they start saying, if we show you this blitz, then you're going to throw to this guy no matter what, because you have seen that blitz so many times, and you've utilized that blitz and that pass so many times that they see that in him, and it's easy for them to dictate what our offense does by just getting into Dak's head and just saying, well, if we do this, if we show him this, he's going to check to this no matter what. He always does.
I agree with that, but I'm going to say this. Kellen Moore, being a Garrett guy, being a Linehan guy, he seems to do the same things they used to do to Romo. First, second down, they wouldn't do anything. They'd end up with a 3rd and 12, and they're like, all right, Romo, go get it.
Yeah,
They're doing the same thing to Dak,
exactly.
They're not putting him in good position.
Yeah, and he's not a Romo. He's not a Romo.
I'm not making excuses for that.
Romo used to be like, throw an interception here, who cares? Throw an interception here, who cares? It always seemed like Romo didn't even give a shit. You know what I mean? Dak really doesn't want to throw a pick.
Yeah.
He really is afraid to throw a pick. And it's almost like the inverse of the Romo years, where it's like, we might be thinking a little too hard here. Maybe just like...
Well, everybody's a little, scarred from that. I was a big Romo fan.
Yeah.
But he did throw a lot of...
He threw a lot of picks, and then he would come off the sidelines with a big smile on his face.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't even care.
Well, like he said in that one game, this is the worst thing that ever happens to me. I think they're pretty good. I don't think we got to worry about Dak saying things like that. We're going to Cabo.
Yeah, go to combo with Jessica Simpson.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so great.
Let's not forget Jason Witten went too. He always gets a pass.
Well, I mean, we've come a long way, but like, that's the thing. It's just like the mentality is what beats us.
Yeah.
Our like, it's just like Dak. I feel like he plays sometimes like he's too afraid to lose.
Which he wasn't like that in the beginning.
He wasn't like that in the beginning. He wasn't. But at the beginning, he had a big old line protecting him, and he had like the offense. That offense was still fresh. That offense was still new. Like with Zeke,
Yeah, Zeke was new.
So he had all those things working for him. So he didn't really have to.
Every quarterback needs a running game. I don't care.
Exactly.
The year Green Bay won the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
They had a great running game.
Yeah.
And there was a guy they picked up all the streets there at the end.
Oh, yeah.
And that carried him through the playoffs.
Yeah.
It wasn't just Rodgers.
Mm-hmm. That's what you need in the playoffs. Like, you need somebody that's going to... That might be our Pollard, yeah.
Well, that's what I want to get back to. What is their identity? What is this team?
Yeah.
They can't run the ball. They can't pass the ball.
Our best player is Pollard.
Yeah.
Honestly. Trey, or whatever his first name is, Pollard, he is seriously like our best player. And if he doesn't have an amazing playoff, if he doesn't have at least 100 yards in the first game, then we're going to lose.
Well, that goes back to coaching. Are they going to keep forcing Zeke?
Yeah, I know. It's so stupid.
It's not working.
Yeah, just give it. I mean, you can keep Zeke in for the threat, They
misuse Zeke. These passing downs, obvious passing downs, that's when they have Pollard in. He doesn't block nearly as good as
Yeah,
Zeke.
exactly.
Come on, let's be smart.
Exactly.
I shouldn't.
Well, yeah, and then this last game they have Schultz blocking.
That's always a bad idea.
That D-end, and he's a terrible blocker, and that D-end's a great rusher. Like, why are you setting Kellen Moore? Why are you putting your players in those positions?
There's just no real game plan.
Exactly. And then have the Cowboys had a game plan for a game ever? It really seems like, honestly, the Cowboys always, like, kind of like, I mean, I'll go NBA real quick, talk about the Oklahoma City Thunder. Like,
never heard of them.
They went to, like, two NBA finals.
Yeah.
And they were always the most talented team. They had Harden, Durant, Westbrook on their team when they were super young. And they had, like, three other guys that were so great. They ended up being amazing. But they always lost because Golden State always knew how to play basketball. But these guys just relied on their talent.
Yeah.
And then you can't do that. You cannot do that. You cannot do that when it's like level, when it's like you're playing the Packers, when all their players are like tough and strong and it's cold, like they're going to be ready to punch you in the mouth, and they're going to take your punch. When we go and punch them in the mouth, they're going to take it and they're going to punch you back. And it's just going to be a punching match between us. So the scheme is what's going to win.
So that's got to come back down to coaching.
Yeah, Kellen Moore is going to have to. He's going to have to figure how he's going to.
Because this offense and defense, they're not selfish. They're real team guys.
They are.
They're gonna, they'll go to war for each other. They'll have each other's back.
Yeah.
Man, they just got to get put in better positions.
Exactly.
They really do.
He was doing that at the beginning of the year. He really was.
Every year he's been doing that.
Yeah.
And
well, no, I'm talking about Kellen Moore.
Oh, Kellen Moore.
Yeah, it seemed like the first 6 games he was really. They were running more. They just got to get back to the running game.
They got to
run the ball. That's it. They just got to get into those those schemes, the traps, like the leads, the counter trays, like all those those little. Maybe it seems like minutia to him because he's such a pass first offensive coordinator.
Yeah, it's like he's a Madden, football guy, like a video game guy.
Like a video game guy. Like, dude, put like scheme out some running plays because that's how you're gonna like look at those videos of John Madden. When he would do the little yellow thing and be like, look at this guy's gonna go block here. He's gonna go block here. Like, that's how you win championships. You got to be able to draw those plays up.
Yeah, Kellen Moore, to me, he feels like a defiant kid. A lot of times because everybody's saying run the ball. And, all these guys always say, we don't listen to anybody. That's bullcrap.
Yeah,
They're
of
always
course.
on social media.
Exactly.
So what does he do? Does not get creative with the running plays. He runs Zeke right up the middle.
Yeah, like a little kid. He's just defiant.
Yeah, see, I told you it wouldn't work. Now back to screen.
Yeah. Yeah, like I want it to fail so that you get off my back.
Now there is some other things on this team that are sucking. That's special teams.
Oh yeah, special teams.
Greg
the Leg is Is it sucking really though? Because there's some Angers going to the Pro Bowl.
No, well the punting's good.
Putting's good.
Not putting.
Punting.
Punting.
The putting.
Yeah. How many of those you had? Hey, look. The main thing is this guy's got to make his kicks. The extra points he's missing. These field goals are coming back to haunt us every game.
Actually, I forgot about the extra points
the extra
he's missed.
points.
He keeps how many? I think he's like 3 on the year that he's missed. 3 or 4.
Could be more than that. I think he averages that a game.
Yeah, I know, right? He definitely.
No, that's not true because the offense would have to score 4 touchdowns.
And you know that ain't happening. Yeah. And every time he kicks it, you're just like, I don't know if this is gonna make it. He's the opposite of a sure thing. Yeah, it's like a heart attack every time.
When extra points become a roller coaster.
Yeah,
that's not good. That's not a recipe for championship.
But like just the way he the way he kicks it, and the way the ball comes off his foot, it always it's like a knuckleball. Like you can't tell which way it's going until the very last second.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Yeah,
it's an adventure.
He's the one that had that kick bounce off the field goal, right, in the playoffs for the Bears.
I don't think that. No, that wasn't him.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
Who was that?
He played for the Rams before this.
Oh, it was against the Rams, I think.
No, it was against the Eagles.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're completely off on this.
Greg the Leg.
You've made a complete fool of yourself.
Well, what are you gonna do? You can't win them all. Hey, I've got a short memory.
A flawed memory. I have no memory.
I'm
ready to check out.
The point still stands that Greg the Leg, he's got to make his kicks.
Picks?
His picks. He's picking the ball up. Him and Trayvon Diggs.
But it ain't just that. Special teams, they had that. They've done good things, right?
Yeah.
Block punts.
Yes.
Return for touchdowns.
Block kicks. Block field goals.
Yeah, they've done some good things. But this last game against the Cardinals, they gave up a fake punt.
Man, and I saw that coming a mile away.
Me too.
Yeah, that was so obvious. And what is the coach like? Who's teaching them the rules for pass interference? Because I feel like they don't know the rules for PIs. Because that's how many times that they've gotten called on that exact same way that they do it. They throw their hands up.
But it's really not the rule where you got to turn your head.
That's what I'm saying. So whose fault is this?
It's
because
the refs.
That's what I'm saying.
But that one against the Raiders, when that guy had him round in the headlock.
Yeah.
And they called it on him. How could he turn his head?
Yeah.
When the receiver's holding him like that.
Yeah, that was
before
ridiculous.
The ball gets there. But that's, of course, that's another game. That's another disappointment.
Well, what did you see what Randy Gregory said or D-Law said when they were battling two teams?
Yeah, that's not good.
That's whack, right?
We should complain about the refs. That's our job as fans.
For sure.
I don't want to hear my team and coaches, but, the players are going to do it when they get the okay from their coach.
Exactly. If he really wanted to be truthful, he should say they were battling 3 teams. The Cardinals, the refs, and themselves.
Yeah.
Because that's how they lose every time.
And how about 4 or 5 teams? The coaches and Jerry Jones.
The coach team. And the owners, yeah.
6. Jerry Jones' grandkids. They're annoying.
They're annoyed. And then,
no, I'm just kidding.
No, 7, because then Joe Buck and Troy Aikman, the commentator team.
He hate me.
Yeah, the XFL. He took the world by storm.
Yeah. Well, this game, I know it doesn't have a lot of meaning, but I still want them to go out and do something. Look, at least try to establish something, whether they win or not. See if they can get some type of identity going into the playoffs. Because, Jesus Christ, they got to play the Cardinals again.
I think their identity, or lack thereof, is pretty much wrapped up.
Yeah.
I think they're everybody knows.
Well, then it will be one and done.
It's supposed to be at this point, based on everything on the evidence they've given us. If you're a regular football watching person, then you should know that this team is not likely to go. It's not likely. I'm not saying that it's not going to happen. I'm not saying that I don't believe, with every fiber of my being, that it is going to happen. But I'm just saying that, based on the evidence, it looks like they might win 1 game, but they even probably won't because Kyler Murray is undefeated at AT&T Stadium, and he's the one who beat us. And the coach, it's going to be the same thing. If they beat the Cardinals, then my whole opinion on the playoffs will change because the Arizona Cardinals, they are a sleeper playoff.
Yeah, and they're going to be better when they play Dallas because they're going to have their other players back.
Exactly, and they are going to want to beat the shit out of us.
Yeah.
We get all the hype. We got the home game. Kyler Murray's undefeated in there. They have all the momentum to come in there and mop the floor with us.
When he came here last week, I'm thinking, okay, well, you can't win every game here. And I was thinking, it's got to change, right?
Me too.
You don't just get to keep winning, but no, he does.
That's what happens when something is just better than the other thing.
It's like Rodgers when he comes here.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just sick of it.
Me too. But
there's a lot of Cowboys fans that, they're like, hey, you didn't expect us to win this many games this year. You should be happy. I'm not. And I've been told you're not a real fan because you're complaining about it. Now, I've been a fan all my life. And I can, I expect more. There's nothing wrong with that.
Growing up, like, in the 90s, like, I was born in 91, I was taught that the standard of great football was made by the Cowboys.
Yeah.
That, like, it was like the Steelers and the Cowboys.
Yeah.
That pretty much showed everybody how to really play football. So
it's okay to think that way. So it's okay to be critical of your team.
Yeah.
If I wasn't passionate, if you weren't passionate, we just wouldn't care. It'd be a big joke.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
They bring out a lot of emotion.
Exactly.
I was pissed off Sunday. All week. Probably today's the day where
pissed.
I'm pissed, but I'm not as pissed.
Yeah.
But look how long that's been.
Exactly.
It's already Thursday.
Me too. Like, it's finally subsiding.
I thought this would slow down the older I got.
Yeah.
I'm already going to be 47, and I'm still no better than I was when I was 10.
Well, I agree with you 100%. The only thing I'm not going to say that there's anything that the Cowboys can do this week to right any wrong that they made last week.
Yeah.
There is nothing that they can do against the Eagles.
Not this week. It's
Not this week. It's going to have to come in the playoffs. But who gives a rat's ass Thursday?
Yeah, who gives a rat's ass Thursday? Even though this probably won't come out till Friday. But,
it's being recorded on Thursday.
We still won't give a rat's ass coming Friday, okay?
Yeah, exactly.
How does that sound?
We won't.
All right, guys. Thanks for joining us here at the Booth 2K.
Thank you.
That's going to do it for us. And we'll see you soon.
Oh, yeah,
and
over here.
Go Cowboys.
Go Cowboys.